Hello dear friends. This example is one of the many technologies of the new earth. Opinion piece. ElectroCulture. Research in China. Energy farming. Capturing universal energy. Chi, prana, life force and ether. Increases agricultural yields. Let's start. A team of China's researchers report that electrocultivation can increase agricultural yields. In their piece published in the journal Nature Food, the group describes growing peas using traditional methods while applying mild electric shocks to other pea crops. The idea is that applying an electric current to growing plants can increase yields. Multiple studies have demonstrated the idea. ElectroCulture is the art of harnessing cosmic energy, ether or universal energy through copper, which has many benefits for the living being. This energy is always present and all around us and is also known as chi, prana, life force and ether. Specifically, ElectroCulture is the practice of channeling magnetic and electrical energy from the atmosphere into the soil. This can help plants grow more and has been shown to reduce the need for fertilizer. ElectroCulture is a term that refers to an agricultural and gardening approach that explores the use of weak electromagnetic fields to enhance plant growth and development by using certain materials to harvest atmospheric energy from the earth. This was introduced in 1749 by Abenollet, in the 1920s by Justin Christoffel, and in the 1940s by Victor Schauberger. The idea behind electroculture is that plants have an inherent ability to respond to electromagnetic stimuli, and that by exposing them to certain electromagnetic fields, benefits can be gained in terms of growth, yield, and disease resistance. Proponents of electroculture argue that plants have the ability to absorb electromagnetic energy through their leaves and roots, and that this energy can influence their biological processes. It is believed that electromagnetic fields can enhance photosynthesis, nutrient absorption, sap circulation, and enzyme activation in plants, leading to faster growth, increased fruit and vegetable production, and greater resistance to pests and diseases. Electrocultivation is a simple method of applying free atmospheric electricity to significantly increase plant growth. It uses basic materials such as copper, wire, and magnets to vitalize the soil and increase yields from 100% to 300%. It also eliminates the need for fertilizers and pesticides, but it is not electricity as we know it, but a breath of energy that stimulates and increases the fertility of the soil. When using electrocultivation, there is no need for pesticides, manure, or fertilizers. This is mainly the reason why this information was suppressed. All you need is the sun, clouds, rain, nitrogen in the air, and the ability to harness atmospheric energy. These atmospheric antennas can be created from materials such as wood, copper, zinc, and brass. By adding these atmospheric antennas to your garden, soil, or farm, you will increase your yields, combat frost and excessive heat, reduce irrigation, reduce pests, and increase the magnetism of your soil, which will generate more nutrients in the long run. The light has won. The Field of Creation by Sophia Love. I was awakened in the early morning hours of May 27th. The following conversation took place. It's the one. Things have happened. We will discuss it now. The controllers have been defeated. Their direct influence has ended. Their reign is over. What happens next is an unknown. The humankind playing their games may or may not know of their defeat. What they do know, however, is that they have everything to lose once they are discovered. It is up to the humankind to determine what will be done now, because the main force of the controllers has just disappeared. You will see, and quite clearly now, who continues to foment fear and division. These will be humans who will see no problem in capitalizing on fear, that is, exploiting it to make money. What will happen now will be more revealing. What you should see, if you are to believe in the fact that the Coalition for Good is in charge, are major revelations of all kinds. The clique is no longer a threat. The war has been won. What happens now will be swift and will be a major revelation. Much will be evident to those who know the truth. They will quickly discern the allegiance of each player and see who or what is driving them. It will be obvious. This story unfolds over years, but now the motivation and desire of each of you will be what drives your life. This is why we focus so much on the control of your conscious, creative ability. It will be useful and will only expand in today's atmosphere. The battle is over. The light has won. You are now held only by those human beings who sold their soul for profit, and who have only their own protection and profit as a driving force. Look carefully. The playbook is about to get interesting. There is a wild remedy. It cannot be enacted until it is certain that the remaining controllers cannot profit or abuse it. We are told that there is a plan, and also that we will be fine when it is enacted. There is no definitive timeline, only that the global remedy has to wait until the corrupt players are removed. The fact that they tell us now that they are go means that things can move quickly. This has been gradually sinking in since we had it, and every day feels a little lighter. Breaking news. Goldman Sachs predicts a sense of recession. Recession will hit and stocks will fall, but the declines won't be half as bad as some fear, says a leading strategist. Gold rises as CPI data and central bank meetings approach. Disengaging from China would be disastrous, says Janet Yellen. A storm is brewing. Expert Barry Knapp warns the system is on the verge of a liquidity shock. JP Morgan reaches $1 million settlement with Jeffrey Epstein's victims. Trump pleads not guilty to 37 federal charges of classified documents and obstruction of justice. Scientists blame nuclear tests for radioactivity in the South China Sea. Moscow claims that only 3% of Ukrainian grain goes to the poorest countries. Germany could face serious difficulties in its industry if it cuts off Russian gas. The British government spends $50 million to help pay energy bills. Britain's labour market tightens, increasing pressure on the back of England. Science. Europe's largest supervolcano is about to wake up for the first time since 1538. It is the Fellegram Fields, where 360,000 Italians live. First, wireless power transfers from space. NASA and Boeing's Clean airplane gets experimental mark. DNA devices are developed that act as invisible splints to heal wounds faster. Paul McCartney confirms a new Beatles song with John Lennon's voice thanks to artificial intelligence. Americas. Some American countries are growing faster than Europe. Heat wave in Mexico. Temperatures exceed 40 degrees Celsius. Ecuador's Sangay volcano records gas and solid materials emissions. The Bolivian armed forces are ready to combat illegal mining in the Amazon. Brazil announces the launch of a major infrastructure program. Brazil's economists cut long-term inflation expectations. Chile's central bank risks turbulence to replenish its foreign exchange reserve. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.